As you can see, I'm surrounded by green. Well, I'm not surrounded by green, but we are sponsored by the good people at Wash and Go today. The lovely people at Wash and Go. What I'm on about, good people. And people often say to me, Mark, is it not hard being a Wash and Go ambassador? And I always have to reply to them like this. Being a rocket engineer is hard. Just ask Elon Musk. Being Manchester United manager is hard. Just ask the 4 managers that have taken over since Sir Alex Ferguson. Being an NHS worker, that's hard. Heroes. That is really hard. But being a shampoo ambassador is as easy as taking a bath. It really is. So next time you're having a really hard day, just run a bath, light some candles, put on some relaxing music and lather up with Wash and Go. Classic Wash and Go. You can pick up your bottle at any good retailer or by hitting the link in the description and getting it delivered straight to your door. Thanks very much to Wash and Go for supporting the United Stand. Now let's move on with the show. And remember, Wash and Go, it's invisible. It's invisible. Doing this morning, let's fly straight into it. The contrast for me is stark. It's Ned Stark. We're not going to lose our head over it, but it is stark. And what that means is that there is a real big contrast between what leadership is at Manchester United and what... I've got ants in my pants this morning. I hope you all had a good night last night. I did. So basically, Cristiano Ronaldo put a post out on his socials yesterday and he said this: none of us are happy with what we are achieving. We know that we have to work harder, play better and deliver way more than we are delivering right now. Let's make this new year a turning point. So that's Cristiano Ronaldo, who on New Year's Eve basically puts a message out saying, we're nowhere near where we should be. We're not working hard. We're not playing well. We need to do much better. Let's make this a turning point. Harry Maguire says, Happy New Year to everyone who supported me this year. The contrast between leadership and non-leadership, we've seen it for the last few months. I just don't understand why we don't give Ronaldo the captaincy and take the pressure off Harry Maguire, who right now is under a lot of pressure and couldn't and cannot lead Manchester United. I've got no problem with a footballer putting a tweet or an Instagram post out saying, Happy New Year to everyone who supported me this year. Thanks for all your support. That's absolutely fine. But it's not leadership. Like, you've got Cristiano Ronaldo reflecting and saying, this isn't good enough. We've been a shit year. You know, it basically exposes leadership. You've got Ronaldo who conveys, this is not good enough. We need to be much better. You've got Harry Maguire who conveys, oh, thanks for those who are supporting me when I'm not doing very well. It's insular and it's external. Ronaldo's looking external and saying, we must do better. And Maguire's going, thank you for supporting me. And there's no problem with that. It's not about Harry Maguire's better than Ronaldo or either way around, which obviously isn't the case, but it's about leadership. Speaking about Darren Fletcher on the show last night, it's a very interesting segment on Darren Fletcher last night on the show, if you want to go and check that out. But Manchester United seem to, as a football club, seem to focus around hope and, let's see what happens. That's Manchester United's mantra at the moment seems to be hope and let's see what happens. But in football especially, there is experts out there. If you can get a Fabinho in your midfield, if you can get a Varane at centre-back, if you can get a De Gea in goal, a Cristiano Ronaldo up front, maybe a Jadon Sancho on the right, you build a team. And I'm mentioning a lot of United players there because I don't want to appear that we're not on the right track. But where we let ourselves down is what we did with the previous manager and surrounded him with inexperienced coaches. What we've done with the captaincy, give it to somebody who is way overpriced, may not even be a Man United centre-back, and is now the captain of the team. It's almost like a work experience. Do your best, Harry. Do your best. And I just think it's like, there's so many examples of this, but you've got Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the greatest players ever, who can be the captain of Manchester United, who actually has a history at this football club as well. Harry Maguire comes in from Leicester with a history of getting relegated and not winning anything. Cristiano Ronaldo's history, not only at Real Madrid and Juventus, but actually at this football club. You talk about DNA. I mean, United are just a hypocrite because you talk about let's get Darren Fletcher in because he's got DNA, United DNA running through his veins. Hold up. Can I just remind you of Cristiano Ronaldo, who actually played here when Fletcher was here, won a Ballon d'Or, won Premier Leagues, won the Champions League. I think his DNA is probably better than anybody's DNA. Give him the captain's armband and make him happy. If we miss out on top 4, we might be in this position next year and going, remember when Ronaldo was here and we blew it. And I think that's something that Manchester United really need to take into this new year. Cristiano Ronaldo's demand that we need to do better. This needs to be a turning point. That needs to be a warning shot to Manchester United Football Club. Cristiano Ronaldo ain't happy. that message is put out. He ain't happy. Like, he hasn't had a terrible start to his Manchester United return. He scored a lot of important goals. We're in the Champions League because of him, but he's putting messages out saying we need to do better. Harry Maguire's putting messages out saying thanks for the support. Like, there is a leader there that's going to leave if we do not start to utilise and listen. Make Ronaldo the captain. Make him be the DNA and stop messing around on nice blokes that you want to do well. Oh, he's a nice bloke. We want him to do well. Let's get, all this moaning that we had last week from ex-players about Cristiano Ronaldo going down the tunnel. And then it comes out that he probably goes down the tunnel quickly because it's all about recuperation and getting into the ice bath and something like that. But whether he just wants to get down the tunnel and be the first in the shower, who gives a shit? He's one of the greatest players we've ever had. The world's ever had. So look, I think Ronaldo is the leader of that team, and I would make him the team, and I think the team would improve massively because of it. Do I think they will do that? No. Do I think there's a real contrast between Ronaldo and the current captain? 100%. And I think that it would make a big difference. But it was interesting just to see their contrasts. Let's talk